Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another sort of recap review for the third episode of Gotham Season 2, which is called Last Laugh. Okay, and this review will contain spoilers, so I wanted to throw this one out there for you guys, kind of pressed for time, but I still wanted to definitely do this one because episode 3 was actually a pretty big episode too in Gotham, and I didn't expect it to be, man, really enjoying Gotham. Awesome series. So, of course, we've seen recently in Season 2 kind of the breakout of a lot of our villains from Season 1. You've got Barbara, you've got Jerome, of course, who we all pegged as the Joker, and he's like a precursor to the Joker, I guess. And a lot of this video is mainly one of the reasons why I really wanted to do a review for this week's and not miss, is because you have him as this, I don't know how you want to describe it, maybe precursor to the Joker, some kind of curse that's been placed on Gotham. Now, my idea, my interpretation was just that he was the Joker. He is the Joker. I mean, in every sense of the word, the smile, the laugh, the look, the hair color, everything. It just seems to me like Gotham's younger version of the Joker, just not really coming into his own yet because of his age, but definitely getting started. Killing his parents and everything right off the bat. Killing most of the police squad as well too, including the commissioner. Man, quite the crazy bad guy, and definitely interesting to watch. He had a little bit of a mix of the, your Ledger Joker, your Jack Nicholson Joker. Just a really, really good performance from Cameron to kind of fit this sort of in between. I want to say that could fit with either roles almost. Feel like it could be in either universe, and it would make sense as kind of an earlier, younger version of the Joker. So here's the spoiler part. Of course, at the end of the episode, we see Theo Galavan actually kills him. I'm like, what? And it just blew me away. I was shocked, and that's the reason why I had to do this review now. I'm like, what? How could he kill the Joker? How does the Joker get killed? It doesn't seem to make any sense. And then afterwards, of course, you see all these characters in Gotham with this curse, so to speak, where they are kind of rehashing the same behavior. They're repeating the same behavior that they've seen him do on camera. They're killing, they're laughing, they're joking around, they're smiling. It's some kind of crazy spirit or something. Crazy, man. So up until this episode, I mean, I was 100%, certain that this character Jerome was the Joker, was the Gotham TV series version of the Joker. So the biggest thing I'll be looking forward to in the next few episodes is whether or not he gets resurrected in some way, or whether, Theo had some kind of plan. We know he's used gas and things like that. Is there a way that he's going to be able to come back to life and kind of break out of there? Something of the sort, because, of course, if he is the Joker, he can't just be killed like that unless Gotham goes in a totally different direction and kind of does what they want with the characters in the universe, having them be killed off or be, follow their own complete storylines that are different from the comic books that it's based off of course. So really interesting, man, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. So write them below in the comments. I'll definitely read these. And that is, what is your take on Jerome? Do you think he was the Joker? Do you still think he is the Joker? And do you think he's going to come back to life? Or do you think he's dead for good? For me, it's like, oh man, it's so hard to answer. It seems like he's dead for good, but I was so certain that he was the Joker. How could he not come back? So that's the biggest thing, obviously, from this episode, from episode 3. And I really can't, I can't like say a solid prediction for any of those because they could go any way, and I don't really think there's any way to predict if he's going to come back to life. We see the smile at the end and everything. But he sure seems like he's dead. That's for sure. He was surprised by it. He didn't see what Theo was doing. And of course, the Joker from the comic book series was a member of the Red Hood gang, sort of. And, he goes into the vat of chemicals and he comes out as the Joker. So what will happen with Theo? Will they kind of corpse rob or something, or throw him into a vat of... who knows, man? Who knows? Craziness. But in terms of his age, he's quite young for them to kind of turn him into full-fledged Joker at this time. I was kind of feeling like he was kind of a younger version that would be locked up for a long time, and we'd see him kind of break out again eventually, and come more into his own over time of being just locked up and then break out and then back in again, repeat, however many times that's happened in the comic book series, probably thousands at this point in the Batman comics. So write what you guys think below on that one. That is a tricky one, but they may be doing sort of what they did with the Spirit of the Goat one, where they had that character that would be like a serial killer in Gotham that Bullock has dealt with before, and then many years later you see the same MO, you see the same thing come back, and it's some kind of conspiracy, that kind of thing, with the psychologist and all that. But it kind of has some of those vibes with the whole kind of curse thing. So now that said, people do emulate what they see. If people see certain behavior on TV, they are more likely to behave in a similar type fashion, a similar type manner themselves, where we're kind of mimic machines in that way, where we see something and we do it back ourselves in our own lives, sometimes, depending. Sometimes it can be subconscious without even realizing it. So, man, that's the biggest part of the episode that was absolutely crazy. In terms of Theo, I like the character. Barbara, they've gotten a lot of usage out of her. I thought she was going to be killed off at the end of the first season, and so did Jess, because she loves to watch Gotham with me. We watch it together. And, we both thought she'd probably get killed off at the end, and she's actually been a huge character bringing back this season, breaking out and everything, and continuing to be a big character in this episode as well, too. You had Bruce mixed in there. You had Selina, which was good. I like their kind of relationship where they've got this strong friendship type deal, and but they're from totally different walks of life, and really like that for later on when they become adults. And just aside from that, great episode all around. And to give it a score, I'd probably give something like an 8 out of 10. It didn't, like, the ending was huge. But aside from that, from the episode, it didn't absolutely, rock me. But it was a good, solid third episode. The ending did, though, with the death, because I did not expect that. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Pretty craziness. And I really hope that's not the end of Cameron's Joker, because, man, he was great as a younger version of the Joker. He was fantastic. They must have had 1,000 people read for that part, and he would have been the one to be picked, because he was just, oh man, spot on, just incredible. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share, please favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this week's review for Gotham, guys. I may see you again next week for episode 4. So this is Trev. I'm saying peace.